Am I the asshole for giving away my husband dog? My husband recently got a puppy behind my back. I'm allergic to dogs and told him over and over again that I do not want to live with one because of how bad my allergies are. I told him he can get a cat, a chinchilla, any other animal I'm not allergic to and I'd be fine with it. He told me he thought I was lying about my allergies and to just take some allergies pills. Dog allergy medication dose not work for me. Even after taking them I still can barely sleep. I have a difficulty breathing because I have asthma as well. I told one of my good friends about the situation and he offered to take the dog because his daughter really wanted a dog, so I got him to come and pick up the dog when my husband was at work. My husband works and I stay home and take care of the kids and do the cooking and cleaning. When he came home he freaked out and we got into a huge argument. He even threatened to leave me and refused to eat dinner. Am I the asshole?
Not the asshole. But to be honest, you gave away the wrong family member.
Not the asshole. When will people learn to stop treating living animals as commodities they can buy and return as they please? Edited from Everyone Sucks here too. Not the asshole. My mistake. Not the asshole, and amazed that people think the badness of rehoming a dog that is actively making you ill makes you the bad guy.
Not the asshole. He put you between a rock and a hard place. You said no, you have health problems, and he ignored you. There was no treating the dog like a commodity. He crossed a hard line knowing it caused health problems, so you had one of three options. 1. Get rid of the new puppy who hasn't been there that long. 2. Get rid of the husband you have children with and bills with and other obligations. 3. Live with a medical condition that can get worse. Allergic reactions are actually known to escalate, even years in. Your best option was getting rid of the husband or the dog, but obviously divorce with a family is a hard, time-consuming thing, especially when you are a som and he is the provider.
Not the asshole, and the amount of Everyone Sucks here judgments is mind-boggling. Your husband went behind your back and brought home a pet that is dangerous for your health and well-being. Your husband isn't even home to care for the dog all day, leaving you to care for an animal that you're allergic to. And he has the audacity to be upset you rehomed the dog.
NTA. I don't agree with how you handled the situation. He should have been able to say goodbye, but at the same time he brought a dog in the house knowing you have allergies.
Not the asshole. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Not the asshole. We are talking about your health here. And frankly, my husband would be finding somewhere else to stay if he forwarded my health and comfort.
I'd tell him to leave and take the dog with him, since he clearly cares more about the dog than his human family.
Not the asshole, but your husband is. He shouldn't have gotten a dog, but you should have given him warning you were giving it away.
Not the asshole. Your husband had no business bringing a dog into the house when he knew about your allergies and you had said no to any dog prior to this.
Not the asshole. After reading the comments, I was tempted to go with ESH because giving away an animal behind someone's back is awful and a breach of trust, but it does sound like you discussed the issue plenty with your husband and he just did whatever he wanted. I have a friend who's allergic to dogs to the point where just touching my dogs would make her itch. Her husband was desperate for a dog. They researched it and settled on one of those allergy-friendly breeds. But your husband didn't even do that. He went straight for the gold medal fur pockets that are GSDs. The puppy is going to be super happy with its new child friend, so don't worry about it. But I'm sorry that your husband didn't care about your health.
Greater than he even threatened to leave me. That isn't a threat, it rather sounds like a nice offer, considering how he behaves. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. Let him go live elsewhere with the dog. People with allergies and asthma cannot have a dog. Period. I had a friend when I was young that almost died from a severe allergy and asthma attack. Normally I would say YTA, but in this scenario, not the asshole at all. You told him you didn't want a dog because of severe allergies and tried to compromise by saying he could get pretty much any other pet he wanted. He brought a dog into the house anyway because he didn't believe you about said allergies and refuses to rehome the dog. I feel like he didn't give you a choice here. I understand how important something like a dog is to some people. I'm one of them. I've lived with a guy who was allergic to my dog and I wouldn't do it again because it was just a shitty situation all around, and I know that having a dog is important to me. He still loved her and wanted to hang out with her pretty much all the time, but she did make his allergies act up really badly.
Not the asshole. You should have also rehomed the husband.
Not the asshole. Your husband seems like he doesn't care about your feelings. I think you guys may have a bigger problem going on in your relationship.
Not the asshole. He made your own home unwelcoming and didn't care you're sick. You did what you had to do.
Not the asshole. You literally have a medical condition. And if he thinks that one person can just randomly decide that an animal comes into the shared house, he better believe that another person can randomly decide if that animal leaves. That's the precedence he's set himself. It doesn't get to just be his way when he decides it. It needs to be mutual. Or not at all. Especially when your health is actually being affected by it and he's disregarding that, for his own spoiled entitlement. That's the biggest factor here.
Not the asshole you told him over and over about your allergies and he straight ignored you, and if he really did do his research he could have gotten a hypoallergenic dog. NTA. WTFFFFF. DIVORCE. Honestly I'm sorry but two wrongs don't make a right.
Just making the dog disappear isn't the right answer, but he also shouldn't have brought the dog home. I think telling him that if he leaves the dog with home it's going to be gone, at least giving him a heads up.
Not the asshole. He bought an animal that he knows you're allergic to and that he knew you would be at home with all day and that you would likely be in charge of training on top of taking care of your kids? Normally I'd say you are the asshole for adopting it out without telling him, but he didn't think of your health in the first place when you were open to literally any other choice. That dog was a toy to him, plain and simple. He wasn't going to be primarily in charge of it or suffering in its presence, so he didn't think beyond himself. You did the right thing and he can throw all the tantrums he wants.
Nope. Not the asshole. Allergies trump what someone wants. You both can't be happy and comfortable in your home if you're miserable due to allergies. That's just creating a toxic and hostile environment between you two. You stay home and he works all day, meaning the vast majority of cleaning, training and care of the dog falls to you. That's pretty selfish of the husband in my opinion.
Not the asshole. Oh, I was ready to come for you over the title but I was wrong. You didn't do it out of spite, you did it so you can breathe. You got put in a crappy situation that could have been avoided if your husband would have taken you seriously. He sounds selfish and you deserve better.
I understand your decision but you should at least discuss with him, so I think op 2/5 on a asshole scale, husband 3.55 on a asshole scale.
Everyone sucks here. You guys seem to have bigger issues with communication.
Your husband was obviously wrong to get a dog without consulting you, knowing you're allergic. You suck because you sunk to his level and gave it away, without talking to him first and saying it was either you or the new dog. You both are. He is for not listening that you didn't want a dog. You are for not discussing your friend's offer with him before simply handing the dog over.
You're both assholes.
I agree you shouldn't have to deal with that, but you shouldn't have waited until he was at work.
Yes, you should have done it in a not-so-sneaky manner.
Info: what kind of dog was it? There are hypoallergenic dog breeds that you could coexist with without issue.
Refused to eat dinner? Is he a toddler? I would have laughed.
He's a terrible partner for ignoring your very reasonable needs, but giving his dog away behind his back was probably among the worst responses you could have taken. Not as bad as taking it to the pound, dropping it off in the woods or outright killing it, but still bad. Did you expect him to suddenly realize he had been awful, apologize, and start acting rationally? There's no way that sneakily giving away his pet would go over well. I agree that you shouldn't have had to put up with him, but if you wanted to end your relationship it would have been better to just break up with him outright. I don't think giving someone's dog away is something a relationship can come back from.
Everyone sucks here. You rehome the dog for an understandable reason, but going behind your husband's back to get rid of the dog after he went behind your back to get a dog doesn't make anything right, just makes you both incapable of proper communication.
Have you tried different breeds? Some dogs don't affect allergies as much as others. Maybe you could get a dog that doesn't affect your health. Then you won't have to put with the allergies and your husband gets a dog. And both you were being jerks about this. You can't just give away someone else's pet. And your husband shouldn't be trying to kill through your allergies.
Everyone sucks here. There seems to be a lack of mutual respect and a sense of partnership that go beyond the dog issue.
Everyone sucks here. He is the asshole for getting the dog against your wishes, especially since you have an allergy. You are the asshole, the bigger of the two, tbh for getting rid of it behind his back.
Everyone sucks here, him more than you, like an 80-20 spread. Your husband for obvious reasons, who TF doesn't believe their own spouse about their allergies. He never should have gotten a dog. Also, since you're SAR, did he expect you to take full care of the dog as well? But you suck for just giving the dog away when he's not home. Did you talk to him about it? Maybe saying something along the lines of, let's try it for a few days, a week, but if I get bad reactions like difficulty breathing, we have to rehome it. I'm not saying you're wrong in rehoming the dog, just that it could have been done in a slightly better way.
Everyone sucks here. You're both in a relationship and you both have to make decisions together.
It doesn't sound like either of you respect the other very much. You two may just not be compatible if this is how you treat each other. To be clear, he's more of an asshole than you are here, but you're not without blame.
Everyone sucks here. Neither of you seems to respect the other very much.
He had no right to go behind your back for such a major commitment. Stuff like that requires discussion and agreement from both partners. You then went and did the same thing when you got rid of the puppy, although you're significantly less of an a-hole.
Your husband is a straight-up asshole for getting the dog after being told in no uncertain terms that you did not want one. Allergies or no, it's shitty, disrespectful behavior on his part. You are a cowardly asshole for taking his dog and giving it away while he was not at home. It doesn't matter that he got the dog against your wishes. You stole something that belonged to him and disposed of it knowing full well that he would not have agreed to it, rather than being a grown-up and resolving the conflict directly and honestly. Both of you need to go to counseling or just get a divorce, because neither of you has an ounce of respect for the other, and both of you have a lot to learn about the communication and conflict resolution required to maintain a healthy relationship.
Everyone sucks here equally. Him for getting a puppy behind your back, well knowing you are allergic, and him assuming you can just take pills and get it over with. You just got rid of the dog without his knowledge. I would have talked it out when he got home and lay out everything on how this is not good for your health. If he loved you, he would have listened. Hope everything works out.
Do you guys communicate at all? You are the asshole for going behind his back to rehome the dog. He's a massive the asshole for not believing that you have allergies, that needs some serious consideration, and getting a dog anyway. Get some therapy in this marriage and learn to communicate.
Everyone sucks here. You should have given him an ultimatum of getting rid of the dog or moving out as soon as he came home with the dog. Getting rid of the dog without allowing him to say goodbye was wrong, and he never should have brought a dog home without your okay.